Well, alrighty. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly hope you all had a fine Monday. We had a little manic Monday at work. But we're here. We're going to talk about the Xbox show. This is show number 1 of the Xbox show. Shout out to everybody that's here now. This is the christening of that podcast. I do appreciate everybody being here. And we will start out with opening my new package. It came yesterday at like 10 o'clock in the morning during a monsoon. So we're going to open it here. Gonna see what I got here. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. That's our new Ryzen CPU. And you can see it is the 5500. And it's going to take a house right up here for now. For now. I know what you're thinking. But this is the 5000 series. This will match beautifully with my 6600 that I have. And we'll just kind of put them all up there. Well, let's put them side by side by each other. It's like a nice little happy family there. So here's the more memory that's coming in. Alrighty, more memory. That is the Samsung SSD. We're going to take care of business with that as well. So definitely wanted to do that. I was going to do that yesterday, but I was just too tired. So had a crazy Saturday, out spending money. So all right, so welcome to the Big Xbox Podcast. Let me get my ugly mug off the screen there. So we now know what I was doing yesterday. So and the computer will be going into the shop to get it go underneath. They're going to have to go underneath the skirt again. Going to put that new CPU in, plus a little more memory and faster memory that I've got in the other room. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do that and get it all done. But shout out to everybody that's here now. Shout out to everybody that will be in the chat later on, that is going to be watching later on. And shout out to you all. Certainly hope you're having a good one. Also, big shout out. Let's shout out these new subscribers to the show. We're going to shout out here Jamie. That is Jamie with the capital EI. Shout out to, he just subscribed a couple days ago. Mr. Alton Camp, he subscribed a couple days ago. I love it. And J-Rock79 has subscribed. So shout out J Pro. He subscribed a couple days ago as well. So yeah, you can see we're starting to load up on the subscribers here. Did pretty well. I'm loving it. I am loving it. It's like the McDonald's commercial. I am loving it. So big shout out to the people that are here in the chat. Hit that like button as you come in. Nova Red Stars, how are you doing, Nova Red Stars? And who else is here? OG Mac, how you doing? Let's see, of course, the Nightbot's here. You got to keep it on everything. So Nova Red Star says, doesn't matter. You are all right. Game Pass PC. There you go. Eric83, the greatness of the Raiders. How are you doing? Shout out to him. Yeah, we'll get to everybody here shortly. Alfonso Carter, shout out. Oh, I see the $2 super chat. What's good? How are you doing? I certainly hope everybody's doing well. Dion78, what is happening? What is going on? Yeah. Again, this is a Xbox centric podcast. So the what's on the table tonight? The question on the table. If you don't know, I do have an Xbox now. I bought it Saturday. I did the unboxing or unveiling on Saturday. The box is a little over exaggerated. The Xbox isn't as big as I thought it would be. It does run hotter than I thought it would. And I'm going to have to do some rearranging with my TV setup, because it really does need to go on the other side, but I don't have anywhere to put it because the HDMI cable and the power cable will not reach that far. So I'm going to have to do some finagling around with that. Let me start off with the things I do like about it, because there's a couple things I do like about it. I like the controller, but that's a 50-50 love relationship. The controller underneath has these spongy, grippy feelings on it, and it does feel good on your skin. So I do like that. Now, here's what I don't like about it: the batteries. The controller is heavy, and it is heavier than what I'm used to using with the PlayStation. So the rumble features aren't as good. They aren't as directional. So I don't like that. But but overall, it's fine. It's fine. What I like about the console itself is it is a pain in the you know what to set up. You have to download an app, but so again, that's a 50-50 thing. I didn't like, I mean, you with your Xboxes in the past, you just plugged it in, HDMI cable, you set it up for Wi-Fi or Ethernet, however you want to call that, and then you started playing. The UI is trash. I mean, that's just, these are things I don't, and I'm getting to these, the UI, garbage. I mean, I just do not care for it. I like the fact that you can play all these backwards compatible games, though. I'm not going to lie about that. And they look gorgeous, at least on my TV. I played Assassin's Creed, which I don't know if it transferred the Assassin's Creed from the PC over to me, or I don't know, but I already had a save game, and I have not, I mean, this is the first Xbox I have had in probably 7 years. But somehow, I appreciate the $2, by the way. So that aspect, and they're stunning. I was playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey yesterday. I played for like 8 hours because it looks stunning. It's just hard to explain. It's with the Xbox, they're able to get it to 4K native at 60, but with my TV with VRR and everything on it, it's playing at 120 FPS. I've looked at it multiple times when it was playing, and you pull up that thing up on the LG screen and it says it. So that really is good. So that's the strength of the console for me right now. Nothing new. Now, what am I looking forward to? We'll get more into that. Appreciate you, True Virgil. What's happening? Oh yeah, the cheap buster. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah. So but so that aspect of it I like. But right now, if this console was and also the quick resume, I don't like that either. That for me is stupid. But the console itself isn't bad. There's just nothing out here for it right now. I haven't played Forza yet on it. I've already beat Gears 5 on PC. So I haven't gotten to that point yet. What have I played on it? Okay. I have played, what did I play? All right, I tried to play the flight sim game. Appreciate you, True Version, like I said. I tried to play the flight sim game with the gamepad. It's trash. I mean, I can't believe how bad that is. They really do need to alert people if they're playing this game, the flight sim game, that you need to make sure you go out, unfortunately, and spend $100 on that HOTAS. You might be able to get it for cheaper, secondhand, somewhere else. But yeah, it's problems. And you cannot, the game still looks really good, but it is trash trying to play with that gamepad. I can't believe people are doing that. And yes, it is 30 frames per second. So it just is what it is. It is what it is. And but overall, right now it has a lot of strikes against it. Like I said, the UI is trash. It was sloppy. I can't even get my my headset, SteelSeries headset, to work. It is constantly saying to download apps. Oh, you want that to work? You have to download, Dolby. Another thing I do like, however, it puts my TV automatically in Dolby Vision. So maybe that's why these games look so good, because the Dolby Vision, you do know, has a higher count. I think it's at 12. I think the count is 12. It starts at 12 or something like that with the nits, and where HDR is at 10. So you all can look that up. But again, let me make this clear. Would I, how long am I keeping the console? Well, right now, I'm keeping the console right now, but I'm going to have to do some configuring and stuff like that, because I can't get my friggin' headset to work with it. It's got a 3.5 jack on it. Okay, 3.5 jack on it. So I don't want to hear, oh, well, you're doing this wrong. It's not instinctive. That's the word I'm looking for. This doesn't feel instinctive. What's up, Immortal Black? So that for me, that's my, because again, I don't let anybody make their minds up for me. I'm a grown ass man. I can do it myself. I got this at Target. I walked in yesterday or Saturday. I walked in Saturday about 2:30. It was after my podcast that I talked to you guys on. And I walked right into Target, walked right back into electronics, and said, I want to buy a Series X. And they said, well, all we have are the bundles. I said, no, you got one sitting there for $500. I'll buy that one. And this guy acted like he didn't know. And then they got like 15 up there. Plus they got like 10 bundles. I did not buy the bundle. Why? Because Forza comes in Game Pass. So let's start with Game Pass. Okay. Game Pass has 3 tiers. They have a tier at $14.99 that gives you EA access. I tried to download, you know me, I tried to download the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Guess what? Can't get to it. Do you know why? It's behind a paywall. That paywall is $14.99 for EA, or pay separately for EA. Now, here's another thing that was frustrating. The original Mass Effect, the original one, 2007, they have that on Game Pass. Do you know why they have it on Game Pass? They have it on Game Pass because people got to remember, Microsoft published the first Mass Effect game. So it's in Game Pass. You know what's not in Game Pass? Mass Effect 2 or 3, because that was published by EA. So you have to get EA access. So let's just say you get that. You pay $14.99. All right. That's $14.99 for EA and your Game Pass. All right. I went to the Ubi store because Ubi, if you don't know, the Ubi Plus, whatever it's called, it's now part of Game Pass. But it's extra as well. So do the math. Do the math. At $14.99, call that $15. EA Plus or EA Play, not EA, Ubisoft, whatever it was called. Ubisoft costs $17.99. This is the truth. So just to play the Ubi games, all right, and play all the EA games and play the Game Pass games, you are looking at, I figured it up, is 15 plus 18. So where were we at? This is monthly, by the way. This is monthly. So where's it at? Where's the damn there it is. So you got to pay 15 plus 18. You're paying $33 a month, and that's no ownership. That's no ownership. And that's $33 a month just to get access to those games. It is actually cheaper in the long run to go buy those games and just play them like that. So, I mean, like, to go physically buy the games in the store, they will be harder to find. But the Ubi stuff, it got a lot of stuff on there. The Division Part 2, all that stuff, Warlords of New York, all the expansions. It's there, but you're going to pay. I mean, you're going to pay $33 a month for Game Pass Ultimate plus Ubi. This is what they're not telling people. It's like they're piggybacking the services in, but you're paying $33 a month for, I mean, if you're playing everything now, you're going to be 33 times 12. Your monthly charge is $400, guys. Monthly. I'm sorry, your yearly charge in Game Pass Ultimate and Ubi is $400. That is the amount of the console. And you got no ownership. You have no ownership. So again, these are things that I have seen just in the first 20 hours of ownership, or the 24 hours of ownership. Now, I'm being 100% clear here. It is stunning. These backwards compatible games from last generation. Okay, I haven't went back to the 360 generation yet. It is stunning. Well, now they're not charging extra for the Bethesda games because the Bethesda's owned by Microsoft. So you can get that out. Yeah, I can play Mass Effect. I still got the disc for Mass Effect 2 and 3. But again, they have all the DLC, all the stuff that's in the Legendary Edition. They have that on Game Pass, but you got to pay for that. You have to pay extra for that. Now, once you pay the extra, then you get access. But I'm telling you right now, That's how much you're going to be paying. And that's if you have, let me make this clear, Game Pass Ultimate, that's Ultimate plus Ubi. And you don't have no ownership because they can just pull the games off. But games that they published, they're not going to pull off. So now what other games did I go back to? I haven't played. I started playing Hitman. That's on there too. And it, again, let me make this clear, stunning looking. Stunning. All right. So, but these are last generation games. And so the question then becomes, as a consumer, is this worth paying $500 for? Right now, the answer is no. Now, I bought this at Target, like I said. I've got 30 days to take it back for a full refund. That's why I paid COB, baby, cash on the barrelhead. Still got my receipt. Remember, I showed that to you. Here's my receipt. Remember, I said that to you guys. Here's my receipt. So I'm just going to make up my own mind about it. So, but like a friend of mine said, I should have waited to the end of May. That way I could have purchased it and kept it through June through the showcase to see what they were going to have. Now, what am I looking forward to that they're going to have in June? Because I want to talk about their showcase. And I mean, a little bit, these Xbox fanboys, these podcasters, whatever you want to call them, they are accepting what Phil Spencer said. Okay. I don't know why they want to argue at this point. If you're an Xbox fan, if you want to leave a comment on why you want to argue with what Phil Spencer said, that's your choice to, but you're wasting breath at this point. The man said what he said. You have to remember Phil Spencer reports directly to Satya Nadella, and Satya Nadella hasn't come out to push back on what Phil Spencer said. That interview has gone for it's been like 4 or 5 days. Shout out to J-Dub City. If you have not subbed to J-Dub, make sure you sub to him. And even J-Dub City, that's my man. You all know that. He is saying that he's got to put down the sword and shield because the console war is over. I mean, that's from him. That's from him. So you're gonna have to, like I said on Saturday, you're gonna see these fanboys in the PlayStation community. They got to go do something else now because the console war is over. You can't talk about it. It's over. I mean, yeah, you'll get your comparisons from Digital Foundry and NX Gamer, things like that. I prefer NX Gamer. He works for IGN, by the way. Shout out to NX Gamer. But it's scary at this point that these PlayStation guys are going to have to go and do something else. That's just the reality that you're dealing with. What's up, Holomoko? So the Xbox console, as an Xbox owner, it's okay. It's not great. There's nothing to steamrolling me right now. I haven't tried out Quantum Break yet. I know that game looks really good too. Again, but that's a Remedy game. See, what I am finding out about myself is I played on Xbox, but Xbox was more of a gateway. I wasn't playing a lot of Xbox first-party games. I was playing a lot of Ubisoft games, a lot of Bethesda games. Well, that's owned by Xbox now. And there was a few. I played Gears and stuff like that. But I didn't play a whole lot of Xbox games. And I'm learning that about myself. So I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't play these games. I mean, these I was playing these games on Xbox, but they weren't Xbox games. But Xbox would get marketing deals and stuff like that with them, and it felt like an Xbox game. So even the marketing deal with Mass Effect 2 and 3 through EA, but that's an EA published game. So whereas at Sony at the same time, you got to remember I didn't have a PS3. So Sony was doubling and tripling down on their first party IP. That's how they got The Last of Us. I mean, The Last of Us came out. People got to remember that's a PS3 game. They got remastered for the PS4, then got totally remade for the PS5, and that game is stunning. That's the best looking game I've seen on my TV that I've got. So also, if you have an Xbox, you need to have a Samsung TV. Why? You got more component cables. If you're buying an Xbox, look into getting those new Samsung TVs, the S95s that are coming out. Like the S95A and B, I think are going to come down in price. But shout out to anybody who went out and bought them the first go around. That's big money. Big money. So, but yeah, that's my experience right now with the Xbox. it's just not as refined. This is the best word I can describe for it. It's rough, around the edges. So just and so again, they're doing themselves a disservice. I'm about their fan base. This is an Xbox podcast, so I'm talking to you guys. You're doing yourself a disservice trying to compare yourself to the PlayStation, because as somebody who owns a PlayStation, it's just not close. I mean, it's not. I can see why Sony is. I've heard outselling them in some places 3 to 4 to 1. Sony is allegedly at 40 million consoles sold. I'm saying allegedly, whereas the Xbox is probably close to 22 to 24 million. The Game Pass subs, the majority of Game Pass subs are on PC. My Game Pass runs out May 12th, I think. Matter of fact, May 12th or May 19th, something like that. My Game Pass for PC runs out. So there's nothing wrong with the Xbox. It's just not as refined. Now, what games am I looking forward to at the showcases? I'm done talking about the CMA. That deal is blocked. I get it. There's going to be people saying they're going to appeal. Look, Microsoft legally has every right to appeal what the CMA's blocked. They have a right to do that. So, hold on, my phone's ringing. I'm just talking to y'all till my Grubhub order gets here. So, oh, there's my Grubhub. Hold on. Okay. All right. Now I'm back. I'm sorry. Ah. So, that's if people want to know what the differences are, man, what's the difference between the Xbox and the PlayStation? Microsoft looks like they really went out of their way for backwards compatibility. Like they bent over backwards to get it. Sony did not do that. And so then the question is, consumer. As a consumer, what do you feel on paying $500,000 to play old games? Granted, they look fantastic. At least on my TV, they do. Gotta remember, I'm in the top percent with my TV, with all that equipment, with Dolby Atmos, and with speakers and all that kind of stuff. So, but it is not as refined with the PlayStation. I plugged in my new headset. I think I pushed a couple of buttons, and then poof, I was on. I was rolling. Right. Xbox is wanting me to download apps. I'm not gonna keep doing that, and nor am I gonna go out and spend $100 on another headset. I ain't doing it. So they can kick rocks. I won't be headsetting my games on it. I like the flight sim game, but it sucks trying to play that on a gamepad. That needs to be, you're gonna have to spend extra cash and get a HOTAS. That's just all there is to it, right? So, and that could run anywhere from $69 to $100. So it is what it is. What's up, Seattle Chef? So, but the comparisons are dumb. But I do want to talk to you all about what I'm looking forward to with the Xbox Showcase. 1, Stalker 2. These are in no particular order. All right. Stalker 2. I still don't know if Stalker 2 is coming to PlayStation. I hear that it is. I haven't gotten anything. I haven't seen anything tangible. That's just me. So I'll start with Stalker 2. Number two, Hellblade 2. I like the first Hellblade. I work in the healthcare field. I want to see if they're going to still use the mental health approach that they did with the first game. That's interesting to me. I thought it was fantastic that Ninja Theory, at the time an independent company, went out of their way to talk to the medical community about that game and and when you were hearing those voices in the game, that's what it sounds like to have schizophrenia. Like they literally took people who had schizophrenia and talked to them, talked to their doctors, talked to their psychologists, psychiatrists as well, and got how that works. And people were freaked out. We'll have to wait and see how this goes. but bold. I like taking those leaps, right? So love that. So Stalker 2, Hellblade 2, of course, Starfield, without a doubt. This Starfield has to have a performance mode. Again, let me make this clear. If you have something that's 1080p, ultra settings with 60 frames per second, that looks better than something that's 4K with medium settings running at 30. I really hope Microsoft learns from Redfall and they say, you know what, 60 FPS. Whether people talk about Horizon Forbidden West, all the Sony games, as far as I know, first party games, has a 60 FPS mode. Microsoft really needs to start. As big a deal as the backwards compatibility thing is, and it's a big deal. Okay, it's gorgeous on my TV. Understand though, most people don't have what I have. Okay, they don't have the VRR. They don't have the nit count that I have. I keep saying nits. They don't have the nit counts that I have on my TV. Their TV doesn't do Dolby Vision. So you can look up the counts on Dolby Vision. I mean, just stunning, right? But so it's really sad on how this has turned out. And I have seen a push, a spike in people selling their Xboxes. At least in my area, I'm kind of mad because I could go to GameStop today. Well, I'm not going to go. I could go to GameStop today and probably get a used Xbox Series X for about $438 in my state. After tax, it'll be about $456, okay, give or take. But I'm trying to, the number 3, the party system. I don't know how I turned that on, but I'm trying to play games and these Xbox guys are coming into the party. I don't even know how I turned the damn thing on, but I don't want to talk to anybody when I'm playing. Now let me type in my my Xbox handle. Who waited? 26. So that's my Xbox handle. If you send me a friend request, I will turn this Xbox on about 7:15, 7:30 to check my friend request. But I ain't talking. Well, for one, my headset doesn't work. I can't talk to you, but I have no idea how I turned it on because I was just pressing buttons to get everything set up. And that is another thing it does better than PlayStation. If you like to play online with your friends, the way they've got their hub set up, much better than Sony. Sony feels like, yeah, they know you don't want to play a bunch of games online, and most people don't. And so that's just another thing. But again, it's tomato. Doesn't mean, it's just if you prefer playing online with your friends, going full bitch mode, Xbox, okay? But that's just my opinion. I'm looking at this as a consumer first. What kind of TV do I have? An LG OLED B2. I called in the B2, Corey. So again, but it does everything. It's VRR, HDR, Dolby Vision. Like I said, the Xbox automatically defaults. And like you can set it up where it finds the best picture. So like for me on Xbox, the best picture isn't in the game optimization settings. It's in the vivid setting. And that, I'm telling you, man, it looks stunning. Seattle Chef does Ultimate include EA. Yes, it does. It does. If I didn't explain that well, Ultimate Game Pass on series consoles, $14.99 for EA. You get all the EA stuff, right? You get discounts on their games as well. So there's a 360 with all Mass Effects costs less. Yeah, I mean, it does, but I'm a Mass Effect, whore. So I want the best version. And for them, I got to pay $14.99 a month. I'm just F that. I'll just go buy it. If I keep the console, I'll just buy I'll buy it because it has a 120 hertz version of it, 120 FPS, whatever it is. So what's up, Mr. No Cap? He is in the house. Shout out to Sick Humor. Make sure you are sub to Sick Humor. Very talented. Sick, I think you're too talented to be on YouTube. Yeah, you got to get that music career going and sign with Sony. That way you get free stuff. And then we can carpet bag off of you. You know what I'm saying? We'll just ride your coattails. But it's really, so those are the games I'm looking forward to. And of course, Forza, things like that. But let me make this clear. If Xbox shows any games, Microsoft, if they show any games running on PC versus running on their series console, they are going to be in for it because the people are just sick and tired of that. You know, when Sony put out Forbidden West DLC and it said captured on PlayStation, when they did it for that, when they did it for Final Fantasy, they were sending a message. And this is when the walls of Jericho came tumbling down on the Xbox community, is when that happened. Shout out to Reforged Gaming. He's 100% correct. Xbox has been so bad. All Sony had to do was show gameplay of a couple of games that are coming out this year, and it shook the foundation of Xbox. So Mr. Shug says with those prices, they should throw in, yes, $500 a year, ladies and gentlemen. So when these guys say we get to play these games for cheap, the hell you are. I did the math myself. I have one. You're not going to sit up here and say to me, well, how do you know you don't have one? Bitch, please, I got one. And I paid cash. You should have seen the look on that 17-year-old kid's face when I broke out that big wad of cash. Just bam, put it right in front of him. I think it was the most cash he's ever seen in his life. I don't think his drawer had that much cash in it. I mean, that is a wad. I mean, big bills too. Big dog, big nuts. I went in there, big nuts, dropped it on him, got the console, came home, and the struggle started, okay? The struggle, you know? So, but yeah, if you're getting an Xbox and you want to play the flight sim game, you need the HOTAS, man. I cannot. How can you fly a plane on a gamepad? I mean, are you nuts? I shouldn't have done that. So I will unload that game or whatever, delete that game, and I'll find something else. But they've got games on there I do want to play. Like I never finished Quantum Break. I'll finish Quantum Break. I like those. I like sci-fi games. You all know that. And Quantum Break, if you don't know, is made by Remedy, who also made Control. And Control is the spiritual successor to Quantum Break. All right. So you have Quantum Break, Alan Wake, and then Control. So, or maybe you have Alan Wake first. You have Alan Wake, even the AWE expansion for Control, if you played it, Alan Wake E expansion. So, but that's what I'm looking forward to. And Xbox cannot afford to show games running on PC no more. They can't do it. I understand it. I've listened to multiple fans and gamers and consumers, and it's this overall feeling of a total loss from the Xbox community. And they're arguing amongst themselves. So the people that you saw trade in their consoles, their Xboxes, those are the people who bought Xboxes thinking that they were going to compete with Sony, but they're not. And again, this doesn't mean they won't put out good stuff. All right. Let me make that clear. It doesn't mean they won't put out some good stuff, but overall, they are not going to be able to do what Sony does. And people got pissed off about it. I mean, again, I understand as a consumer, people got pissed off about this. And you have a right as a consumer to be angry at what Phil Spencer said and disappointed. I was disappointed in what he said, but I understood years ago when they were, I'm like, okay, this is the way this is going. They are leaving the console space. They're going into cloud. They're going to make a cloud-based console that you just play your games on. And it'll have a docking station like the Switch, because they do like that docking station. And it's like, oh, well, if you hook it up right here, you'll get good service with with everything. So you'll have less latency, I should say. But it is what it is, and people need to get over it. And I'm not here to defend anybody in the Xbox community that's retarded. Just like I'm not going to defend these ponies that act stupid. Shout out to No Cap is here. He left the PlayStation community because he didn't want to be associated with those queer ass folks. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. Who wants to be associated with a group of people like that? Seriously, who does? I don't. So, I mean, they can deal, and let me make this clear. If Microsoft comes out and they shit the bed, I'll say, look, you all are now in that prison yard, and that prison yard is run by Chocolate Thunder. And Chocolate Thunder is going to go to that guard. He's going to go to that CO, and he's going to say to that CO, hey, man, look, I like that one right there. You got to put him in my cell. And then Chocolate Thunder is going to get you in that cell, and he's going to be like, man, look, I got double life. He's going to say that to the ponies, too. You don't think he's going to say that to these fruit booties that are running around talking about, I was in the, I don't know what those things were called. You know, I was defending the PS3 when it was being attacked. Who cares? Your butt's about to be attacked right now because this man going to think you the prettiest looking thing he done seen. And he ain't getting out. So you know what's going to happen. So yeah, we can imagine what's going to happen to this guy, right? You know, let's see if your platinum trophy saves your ass. Let's, you know, put it like that. So, but yeah, look, if they shit the bed, I'll say they shit the bed. I'm not going to say it just because that's the cool thing to say. So my expectations are high, especially for Starfield. I don't want to hear, I mean, I complimented Starfield. These bitch asses attacked me. I'm like, man, it looks like Mass Effect Andromeda with the combat and going to different planets, a little bit like No Man's Sky. The last time I looked, the best thing about Mass Effect Andromeda was the combat. Let me make that clear. And also No Man's Sky with all the exploration and stuff like that. If this is what they've done and they've made a hybrid game of those two, I think they're going to have a successful game. People need to understand that there's huge communities out here of sim gamers, of people who like these type of games, from Elite Dangerous to Star Citizen. We are looking forward to this game. I get it. The ponies are not, but what do they play? Zombie games? That's not challenging. Try to get resources and protect the base or something like that. In a resource-driven game, they would struggle. These guys would struggle to play Surviving Mars. That game is difficult to play, okay? So, because it's resource management. But we're gonna wait and see. I'm looking forward to Stalker 2 because why? Because I like Metro. So I expect Stalker 2 to be as good, if not better, than Metro. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Avowed, Indiana Jones. I mean, to me, how is Indiana Jones going to be different than Tomb Raider and Nathan Drake? To me, it's the same stuff, but let's see if they got some different takes on it. That's fine. Now, if they don't, I'll say, man, look, this is too much like this, which may not be bad, but it may not drive me. You dig? So, Microsoft has second and third party deals in place that they're going to unveil. Maybe you all don't know that, but they do. I've got their list right here. So if they show this running on a Series X, the Forza game looks really good as well. Yes, I'm not going to compare it to Gran Turismo because it's not going to be as good as Gran Turismo. Why? Because Gran Turismo has VR, Forza doesn't. But what Forza will have is on-track ray tracing. They supposedly have some new tracks. So I would compare the new Forza to the one that came out a few years ago. I get it. These Xbox fanboys, as soon as they start saying it looks better, nope, Chocolate Thunder's coming. It'd be that simple. Because if you're going to stay within the ecosystem, I can be your friend. But if you're going to act like a snowball fruit booty that's going to get your ass clapped in those sales, and he will clap your cheeks, okay? So, but you're going to have to learn to enjoy what you do have and stop worrying about what you don't have. There's nothing preventing you from going to get a PlayStation like you see a lot of people doing, right? Like people are just walking into the stores, be like, oh man, I'm getting my PlayStation, right? So you hope Twisted Metal game will be at Sony's show. Yeah, Twisted Metal got a TV show coming, so guess what? They're going to have a show. So, you know, ponies be, what do you say, True Virgil? Ponies going to be like, but Mr. Thunder, those trophies ain't going to protect your ass. So, but hey, that's what they think's important, right? I'm talking about the ponies, not the PlayStation, the guys playing the games, right? Because like Corey Massey said, who's different than the gamers and the fanboys, right? There's a huge difference, right? We have separated ourselves from the fanboys over here. They come over here, I'll hit them in their effing mouths. I do not like those guys, okay? Too many of them blue pill, they're bitch made, can't stand them, can't deal with it, cannot coach them, cannot play with them, can't do it. So, and the same will go for you Xbox guys. Okay. So yeah, if you're gonna, I ain't got no issue playing. I'd rather not play online with no headset. So, but I ain't gonna get a new headset. I'm telling you that right now. Well, not unless I have a dono war like some other clowns do, and then you all donate for that new Xbox headset. Okay. It's just like the ponies right now. Everybody's running with Jez Gordon stuff. Well, what if Jez Gordon's not telling the truth? Okay, I'm the one who said he should have been fired from Windows Central with the bullshit he said to Lisa Khan, right? What if he's not telling the truth? People are like, well, how come you're not talking about it? Because I only have one source and they didn't confirm anything, except Sony is possibly working on something. So, but I do have a list here if it's true, and it is a terrifying list if this is true. Like, this is like, ugh. This will almost be no reason to do another showcase. That's why I don't think a lot of this stuff is going to be there. I think they will hold some of this back. But yeah, I think Helldivers will be there. People said Rise of Ronin. I don't think Rise of Ronin is projected to come out into is it late 24? So I don't think that's going to be there. Last of Us, there's some Last of Us news that they're working on. I think I don't know why people are just enthralled by the game Fractions or whatever it's called, because you're just running around shooting people, but it is what it is, right? So they got some games here that people are going to be excited about, and I'm excited for them being excited. As a gamer, that gets me, that gives me a little chub going, get a little chub down there, feel a little poke come through. But ultimately, Sony they've set the bar so damn high. If this stuff is true, and I know and shout out to Hip Hop Gamer, he reported on this years ago. We know the Silent Hill stuff is true. Why? Because we've seen Silent Hill running. What I am shocked about, and I've said this, is that it is it's exclusive. I just can't get over that. I can't get over the fact that it's exclusive, but it is, right? It is, according to Phil Spencer, it is. And him crying the other day, talking about Sony's making it difficult on us. Yeah, Sony is the market leader. They not trying to be your friend. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, man. They are not here to be your friends. They are here to win, period. That is just in their DNA. And so the people in their ecosystem, that's what they expect. Oh, don't get me wrong. If Sony comes out on BS, like, we had to separate ourselves from those idiots saying what? Man, they're going in the wrong direction. Yeah, well, guess what? You just got put in a cell with Chocolate Thunder. I don't care what they say. Them putting games on PC I don't like. Well, guess what? You didn't clean it out for Chocolate Thunder. So, nobody cares what you like. Shut up. Like, literally, shut up. Who is going to deal with that? So, but it is good to see that the Xbox community is accepting Phil's surrender. He took the knee, so to speak. You got people out there like Matt's Gaming still saying, well, no, that's not what he meant. And it's like, dude, come on. It's time to move on. Nova Red Star in track ray tracing with the power of the cloud or PC. Nova, we're going to find out. That's the great thing about the showcase. All questions will be answered. There will be they got to leave it all out there. You dig? If they leave it all out there on the court, so to speak, what ball players used to say, I don't like to lose, but I left it all out there. Like Gary Payton, the glove, said, man, I left it all out there. I gave everything I could, and there was nothing left. So D-Batch trying to claim Xbox shortages is the reason Xbox. No, look, they're not short in my city, and I'm in a red city. I'm in a red state. So if they're in my city, I can't imagine what it's like in Chicago, a bigger city, Miami, Dallas, stuff like that. You can I walked in on Saturday and I got one. I didn't have to go to 2 or 3 different stores. I walked in, and guess what? On the other side of the aisle, there were 4 PlayStations in there. There were no PlayStation VRs, however. So, because if they had a VR, I would have gotten that. Like, they ain't got it. Game of Despair got 179 platinums. Oh, that's great, but guess what? That's not going to protect your ass. I'm sorry. It's not. I have no platinums. I already know if I'm in there with Chocolate Thunder, I mean, I'm going to be fighting my, to live. So you what are you gonna say to him when you bent over? Man, I got 200 platinum. Yeah, right. So yeah, that doesn't matter. So what games I think will be at the Sony show? I look, based on this, they're gonna have a killer show. So this everything you could imagine and more they've been working on. They're bringing, and you're gonna hear. I hate this, but you are going to hear people saying these aren't new games. These are this remasters and remakes. Okay, so you all better get ready for that because there's a lot coming in, and it's going to come in over the next 30 months. So it is what it is. So it is what it is. They haven't dropped one first party game in a year. Not true. They dropped MLB The Show. People got to remember they dropped MLB The Show and they dropped Forbidden West. That was part of a first party game. They also had Forspoken, which isn't theirs. Well, technically it's not there. I still think they bought Square, but that's my opinion. So again, didn't they just drop God of War? Wasn't that a November game? Hold on. Alexa, when did God of War Ragnarok come out?
Released on November 9th, 2020.
Okay, yeah. So they dropped that. A few months later, they dropped Forspoken came to their console. Then the VR stuff, that's all new stuff. People keep forgetting about the VR stuff. And then you had MLB The Show, and you've had Forbidden West. They've had enough to keep their fan base busy. Xbox, on the other hand, look, I'm impressed by Xbox's backwards compatibility, what it looks like on my TV. Like literally, I sat there. I already know what Assassin's Creed, what it looks like, what Odyssey looks like, because it's one of my favorite RPGs. It really took my breath away what I was seeing, because it is 4K native, 100 plus frames per second. It looks really, really good, to the point where you could see the friggin' swell. You know, when Cassandra gets hit, did you all not know? Because I use Cassandra. She takes damage. Like her nose will be bloody and stuff like that. At least I can see it now. I didn't like, oh, maybe I don't know, man, it looks really good. Is Metal Gear gonna be there? I'm not gonna say. So I'll simply say that they got some games there that a lot of people are gonna be like, ooh, wow. So but we're gonna find out. You dig? We're gonna find out. GTA 6 is not on my list. So that's not on my list. So Call the Mountain and I mean, look, this VR, period. VR, those had massive games on them. So this is why I'm saying, and this is why I'm telling you right now, if you're going to be this kind of fanboy, you're going to I'm bringing in Chocolate Thunder. You are not going to like him at all. So look, Sony's done enough to play. Did you see how much they're selling? That's all I can say. I mean, they're record profits. And again, I'm saying this as somebody who literally, I mean, look, you had PlayStation people saying that they were wrong, that they're stupid for doing PC. Have you seen the money that they're making? I mean, you see what I'm saying? So it makes no sense. They know what they're doing. They get their metrics. It's like all these people complaining about Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer gets metrics in that we will never see. And if he knows that building a great game, if he already knows putting that kind of money out, $200 to $300 million, is taking a risk that they don't want to take at Xbox because there's no guarantees. Like he was saying, even if we build that type of game, people aren't going to leave PlayStation to come to Microsoft. And the people in the Xbox community say, well, they should still make those games. No, they don't want to take that risk. They just don't. It's okay. It's not the end of the world if they don't. It sucks for their ecosystem. If you want to say it really robs the ecosystem, but they don't buy games. We've seen it. How many the Final Fantasy Crisis Core came out? They sold what, 10 copies on Xbox? I mean, they just don't buy their games. So the Xbox showcase list looking good. Yeah, I mean, to me it does. There are games in here that I really want to see as a consumer first. I like Hellblade 1. So of course I'm excited about Hellblade 2. And any of these numbnut ponies who said that they liked Hellblade 1, but they're disappointed, but they don't care about Hellblade 2, they got hoe in them. Okay, they're lying. If you liked Hellblade 1, you are naturally interested in Hellblade 2. Period. Now, we don't know, like I said earlier, we don't know what Hellblade 2 is going to be about. They're going to bring in the mental health stuff. I'm interested in that as somebody who works in healthcare. But with that said, I do not like people who are disingenuous. I just don't like people like that. All right? Those guys like that got beat up when I was growing up. You got your ass kicked for being a disingenuous bitch ass. And they're being disingenuous. Again, let me make this clear. For the PlayStation people who liked Hellblade 1, if they're trying to say, well, I don't care about Hellblade 2, you got hoe in you. Okay? You got hoe in you. They were interested in The Last of Us Part 2. They're screaming about seeing Ghost of Tsushima. Again, it's just, you know, for Part 2, fine. I'm interested in Outer Worlds. But again, I'm a sci-fi guy, right? So I'm going to give that some grace. So I'm interested in that game too. So again, I'm not speaking out of turn here. They have stuff that I am interested in, but they got to move me. Okay, they got to move me. So, and again, it's hard to move me anyway. Ask my girl. I don't, you know, well, my girl can move me pretty good, but you know what I mean, right? I need to be moved as a consumer first. I'm not going to sit up and say, oh, well, because it's in Game Pass, it's a day one. Nope. I'm going to play this game, stream it stem to stern, called the Gray Hill Incident. There's a chance that game could be in Game Pass. I'm going to play it on both systems. So why? Because I like those type of games. Big fan of the X-Files in the 90s. That's what this game looks like to me. Looks like the X-Files. So, all right, good. I'm happy. Plus, you got that little gray man running around your apartment or your house, and you can hit him with a baseball bat. Like, who don't want to hit that thing with a baseball bat, right? I hit that thing so hard. I'd be like Johnny Bench out there and Dave Parker. Man, I'm going yard on him. So it's going to be fun. The getaway, possibly. Chocolate Thunder loves everybody. So, yes, I agree. They spent $70 billion. Well, they technically didn't spend it, did they? Because the deal fell through. They may be spending they may be spending 3,000 or 3 billion though. You dig? You know, they may be doing that. So it is what it is, guys. This is what it is. So, but that's what I'm looking forward to. Okay. And this has been a good intro show. I do appreciate you all being here. 80 people in the chat. Hit that like button. You know, Parasite Eve. Oh boy, now you're starting to get a little bit too warm for me. So I can't divulge that list, but I will be very excited. You know, that's all I can say. If you're looking forward to Parasite Eve, possibly. So, but yeah, they both have strong showcases lined up. Sony's gonna have more VR announcements as well. See, people keep forgetting about that. They're adding more support to VR. So we'll definitely, a lot of people are going to be excited about that. And that should help move more VR systems. Once people see the list I got, like, yeah, if this is coming back, this is going to help, right? Also, you may get, according to the list, 1 to 2 studio announcements. Okay, you may get 1 to 2 studio announcements that have been bought or they have partnerships with. Okay, they may have sent the kit and helped a major studio build a game and them see the game running on their console with the data streaming, stuff like that, and how it could actually look and run. This, like I said, this could be earthquake shaking if this has happened. So we'll have to wait and see. As we get closer, we'll let more information come out, right? But I want to give a big shout out to Hip Hop Gamer because he told us about FSR 2.0. He told us that all these games were coming back. Again, he did this years ago, not yesterday when Jez Gordon said it, not 3 weeks ago. He been told us this. And if you just listen to him, I know Sick Humor's interviewed him, stuff like that. So if you listen to him, you got good info. Okay. if you didn't listen to him, then yeah, you probably think Jez Gordon is friggin', you probably think he's Bernard Shaw or something like that. I don't know. So, but guys, I'm gonna get on off here. I do appreciate you. Like I said, my food's back there getting a little lukewarm, so I do want to nibble on it and catch up on some TV shows. But I will talk to you all later. Again, this has been the Xbox Podcast, episode 1, baby. Episode 1, the Phantom Menace. But I appreciate you guys. You all take it easy. Shout out to you all for the donations. Hit that like button, share, and